Hello, brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining me again. I've been very interested in the whole flag controversy in the UK. For me, it seems very patriotic and good that you would fly your own country's flag in your country. I don't see anything wrong with that. So I really don't understand why people get upset about it and why they would want flags taken down and say it's a safety risk when it really isn't. I do think it's okay to have some rules where flags need to be flown in a safe manner, and we can have ordinances around we don't want torn flags up so they have to look nice. Other than that, you should be able to fly your own flag in your country pretty much wherever you like, especially on your private property, especially on government buildings. There's nothing wrong with the Union flag anywhere in the UK or the Saltire in Scotland or St. George's Cross in England. That's just how it is. But I've just seen this story. Councils across the UK spent more than £70,000 taking down flags. Thousands of British flags were flown following the online movement Operation Raise the Flag. And I know it's not as common to fly the flag in the UK, but there's really nothing wrong with it. Whenever family comes over here to Texas, they always comment on they see the American flag or the Texas flag everywhere. Same thing if they visit Disney in Florida. American flags are just everywhere. And the family always says that's great and it's patriotic. So no one should be upset by their own flag in their own country flying. So to spend £70,000 taking them down is ridiculous. I thought all these councils were skint. Councils across the UK have spent tens of thousands of pounds removing British flags, which were erected as part of Operation Raise the Colours. Freedom of Information requests revealed that more than 380 local authorities have spent at least £70,000 taking down Union Jacks and St. George's Crosses. The flag movement began during the Women's Euros, with families showing their support by hanging out flags from windows or on poles outside their gardens. Yeah, I think it's great. This sparked a grassroots campaign where flags were attached to lamppost bridges, which began in Birmingham and East London. A group calling themselves the Wheelie Warriors claimed responsibility, saying they were a group of proud English men with a common goal to show Birmingham and the rest of the country how proud we are of our history, freedoms, and achievements. However, a number of councils raised safety concerns and began removing them. And here they are painting them on small roundabouts. And even these were removed. And Medway Council said it spent nearly £11,600. Why do you put in nearly when you're so precise? £11,600. Taking down 727 flags in Kent to make the community feel safe again. Okay, so a bunch of Karens think that British flags make the community feel unsafe. I would say if you feel unsafe by the UK flag, you should get out of the country and go somewhere where you don't have to see that flag. I don't see a problem with that. Get out of my country if you feel unsafe because of the flag. You don't belong here. A Labour councillor claimed it was money well spent. Yorkshire councils have also spent more than £30,000 removing British flags, the Observer reports. Meanwhile, Reform-led Nottinghamshire Council is to spend £75,000 installing new British flags across 82 locations in a bid to strengthen community spirit. I think I'd actually rather they spent the money fixing the roads, but I'm all for more flags going up. Birmingham became the first authority to tear down any Union Jacks or St. George's flags, with Tower Hamlets in East London following shortly thereafter. You know, the real problem here is the two-tieredness of it, right? Palestinian flags or even Pakistani flags I've seen were put up all over the country, and they weren't quickly taken down. Why not? If you're going to let foreign flags be up, why can't you put your own flag up? And I've got no problem with foreign flags up on people's private property or even government buildings if there's a foreign visitor, or even corporate buildings if there's a foreign visitor and they want to put one up. My problem isn't with them putting them up. My problem is taking them down or not taking them down. Labour-run Birmingham Council, which declared itself broke in September, claimed those attaching flags could be putting their lives and those of motorists and pedestrians at risk, despite the flags being 25 feet off the ground. So see, it's nonsense. At 25 feet off the ground, I don't see how it can be a safety hazard. There's no way it's blocking your view of oncoming traffic if it's up that high. It could be a safety risk if you're trying to put them up that high. You could fall. Debate over the issue began to rage, with critics pointing out that the Palestinian flags have flown elsewhere on the streets of the city, where 30% of the residents are Muslim since the war in Gaza began. Yeah, that's the problem. They're able to put up foreign flags, But you're not allowed to put your own flag up. That's not right. In response to Birmingham controversy, thousands of flags were flown with roundabouts and zebra crossings painted with the St. George's Cross. The activity of flying English and British flags has sparked suspicion with allegations that those behind it had political motivations and were attempting to create division between white British residents and other communities. Now, you guys are reading too much into it. If you're a citizen of the UK, British flag should not cause you any distress. And again, if it does, leave. Get out of the country. It's great that some councils are putting up flags, though again, I'd rather they fix the roads. But stop the two-tieredness. That's really what's got people upset. Groups are allowed to put up non-British flags, but when other groups want to put up British flags, that's not allowed. Stop the two-tieredness. Stop the nonsense, Britain. If you can't even put up your own flag in your own country, let me let you in on a little secret, Britain. You're a conquered country if you can't raise your own flag. Tell me if I'm wrong. Hey, if you like this, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Thanks, bye.